Hello friends, and welcome back to playing tribute to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, Great Ace Attorney Adventures, first game of the two of the Chronicles, where we are beginning episode 5, which is the last case of the first game of the Chronicles. Okay. Last we left off, we had just finished the trial for Soseki, and won, of course. But we're gonna see what happens next. I believe also we were invited to lodge with Mr. Herlock Sholmes. So we are living in the famous address of 221B Baker Street in the attic. And Susato is very excited about this. Let's see what's gonna happen for this particular episode. There's always a nice little introduction.
It's coming! Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. "Look well, Wilson," Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. "For this is the diabolical hound of the Baskervilles."
Our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. Wow, okay. Time has... Man, the first few episodes... Well, I guess the first one was like 40 days before the other ones. But... And then the second one was a bit... like 2 weeks before the third... Well, the third and the fourth cases were like right after the other. So it's crazy to have so much time pass. In that disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into on the day we arrived in the country, and in Soseki-san's terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind, we had emerged victorious. However, there then came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court. Which was hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur, an unknown student of law from a faraway land. So life in our little office was very quiet. That is, until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram. Oh, Naruto's legal consultancy. Huh. I see they've made themselves at home. That morning, I was woken by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. But after he'd gone, Susato-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Susato-san? Yes. Is it time to leave for court already? Let me see. What case is it today? I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I? Oh, no, of course not. How silly of me. But I think Iris said that she would make us breakfast this morning. So shall we go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite? Yes! Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food. She does, doesn't she? And once our bellies are full, we can leave for court in the fighting fit form. Let me see, what case is it today? Here we go again. I would love to converse with you, but there was this ladder back here and I was really hoping for the... No! No, the ladder joke! It doesn't live on. Oh well. Seriously though, why is this shovel here? The spade has been in here since we started renting the place. Oh, that's not a spade, Naruhodo-san. It's a shovel. Is it the new ladder and step ladder? No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade. No, spades are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a shovel. Yep. They've changed it. I don't want to dig a hole for myself. Let's leave it. Look at this mess. I've only been here in London for about 2 months, but my desk is starting to look a little messy already. You could tidy it up once in a while. Susato-san, I always say, making a mess is a small sacrifice to pay for being able to further your studies. And time spent tidying up is time you can't devote to the same cause. And time spent on ridiculous arguments is time that could be better spent on some simple housework. She wins. But I'm supposed to be the lawyer here. Oh, didn't she mention this, this doll? The Daruma doll, yeah. Ah, the Daruma doll I brought with me from home. Still with only one eye colored in. I said I colored the other eye once I won my first court case here in Britain, but... But you have one, haven't you? Twice, in fact. Because I feel as though I'm still lacking as a lawyer. I tell you what, why don't you color the other eye in once you think I'm a proper, fully fledged lawyer? If you insist. That's cute, I wonder if that'll happen. What's happening here? This is bright blue. Ah, this must be the telegram. Let's see. Ah! No, you must not look at that. Not under any circumstances. Alright, I won't. I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san, but you can be very mischievous at times. Put the telegram away if you don't want people looking at it. Alright, let's talk to her. Tell me about the telegram. So, what was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean. Oh, a telegram? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, but you're not going to get away with that. Well, I didn't think I would. Actually, don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing. Nothing interesting. Boring, in fact. It was just a boring old telegram. That's 3 times now that she's tried and failed to convince me it was nothing. I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point. Alright, I understand. I suppose Saseki-san will have arrived back in Japan by now, won't he? Yes, I should think so. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. Which would mean he should have completed the voyage already, or be just a few days away. A fortnight ago, we had that very long telegram from him. Do you remember, complaining of seasickness? But by and large, it seems the voyage has been going well. Is something wrong, Naruto-san? I was just wondering what might have become of Saseki-san had he stayed in London, that's all. You mean as regards to Lord Van Zeeks, the Reaper? Yes, I can't help wondering if seasickness would have paled into insignificance in that case. What is it they say? That no one who stands on the dock can be saved from the Reaper, right? Like the way that nightmarish trial ended on the very first day we arrived in London. On the very day we arrived in London. Even 2 months on, the cause of that dreadful fire is still a mystery. Yes, but at least Saseki-san is safely out of the country now. Presumably that means... that the curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the city of London, perhaps. Even if that's the case, it's little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding. If the legend of the Reaper is to be believed, it would mean that he wields the sword of justice himself. Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past few months. Surely not wielding that sword against more acquitted defendants. No, I don't think so. Apparently Lord Van Zieks hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter. Oh? Yes, since the Seki-san's trial. He's withdrawn from judicial service again, it seems. Really? Just like before, and he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. So it's just been me who's had to face him in this recent spate of trials then. Just my luck. I wonder if luck doesn't come into it. Sorry, what was that? Oh, nothing. Never mind. Alright, let's go get breakfast. When you're ready, let's go downstairs for breakfast. Morning, Runo. Morning, Susie. Good morning, Iris. Iris. What is it, Runo? What is that terrible noise? It sounds like a cat being strangled. Yes, you noticed that, did you? Hurley isn't in the best form this morning, it seems. Oh, he looks so sad. Hello. Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Good morning. A good morning to die, perhaps. Has something happened, Mr. Sholmes? You look miserable in the way you were playing the violin before. My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead. He's Dowd's spouts of rage in his sadness. That's all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence. I'm afraid I don't understand. Me neither. Well, Iris, is it time we ate? Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me, if it's not too much trouble. I'm enjoying the slow text showing how depressed he is. Is that Soseki's cat? Oh, look, it's Wagahai. Good morning, boy. There must be some sort of tiny door for cats to use. But how did I get there? Well then, everyone. It's time for breakfast. Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Iris. It would indeed be a fine day to die. Ah, I knew something looked different. Something's missing from Mr. Sholmes' desk. Wasn't there a bunch of, like, stuff? Like, these kind of things on his desk? Maybe it was just a bunch of papers and files. I don't understand. Look at Mr. Sholmes' desk. It's completely clear. Is that an enormous machine usually on it? Oh, it was a machine. We can never hope to understand what goes on in the great detective's mind, Mr. Naruhodo. Why, next time we're invited, we may find he's vacated the entire suite. That's scarily plausible, actually. Wanting to die. You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What's happened? It used to be the case that in my hands, this violin sung like the dawn chorus. Its melosonant tones would make flowers bloom. It would? now the muses are unamused with me. The goddesses of music have thrown me over. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Shelms? For hours I have bowed. For days even. Through the night I have endeavored to no avail. Is he saying bowed? Like the violin bow? Is that what he's saying? Not bowed? That sound, my tone, is lost. That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone. Gone forever. No more recitals of unbridled emotion. Starting to burst around like Saseki did. Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley? Don't worry. I'm sure it'll come back to you in time. Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddesses of the arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on man, the next they unmercifully withdraw it. Oh, dear. Ah, why is this happening to me? If they take the turn I have for the violin from me, what is left? For pity's sake, what is left? Deduction, perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? Mr. Shelms, I don't like to pry, but your desk looks rather empty today. Ah, well done, Mr. Zato. Your observational skills do you credit. Oh, no, Mr. Shelms. They pale into insignificance when compared to yours. You'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you? Oh, you'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you? You mean Hurley's great analytic scope? That's at Windy Banks now. Sorry, it's at a Windy Bank? No, Windy Banks, the pawnbrokery. Pawn? What? You mean you've pawned that enormous machine of yours? It has some considerable value, you see, quite undeservingly. But isn't it a very important machine for your work? I do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate. I should have gladly passed what little income I have to you. Dear madam, things are far from desperate. But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine. How can it be anything but desperate? Making use of a pawnbroker is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you. It is? It doesn't sound ordinary at all. It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works. Oh, what's to understand exactly? What do you mean when you say we don't fully understand how pawnbroking works? To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks. Banks? On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to their pawnbroker of choice. With the money they receive in return, they are able to trade happily through the week. And then on Saturdays, they go to recover their things using the money they've earned. I had no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us. Everyone does it, you see, especially people in inner London. And should they have money to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn, should the need arise. Oh, how ingenious. So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave it at Windy Banks, you see? A pawnbrokery can be thought of as an extremely secure vault. You would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain. Of course, you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley? What does it matter? The world is dead to me now. I don't really know what to do here. I guess we'll talk to Iris, if that's possible. It is. Mr. Natsume's cat seems to have settled into his new home then. Oh yes, and I've become very attached to little Waggy. It would appear his previous owners completely forgotten to him. Cats are unfeeling creatures. Their mews are as empty as the hearts of the muses. If Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place. I expect he would have taken him if he could. But pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience. And for good reason. Terrible things can happen in if the rules of passage are not obeyed. Well, I don't mind, because Waggy is adorable. Yeah, he really is. Oh, yes, what about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where did that come from? Oh, you noticed? You are observant, Runo. Look, I use this. It's my latest invention. What is that? I call it the Cat Flap-O-Mat. Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats? That's right. I can make a cat flap for a little furry friend like Waggy in seconds. And it can do it in any door at all, no matter what it's made of. It's very powerful, you see. Wouldn't it have to be quicker just to make the cat flap, rather than making a machine to make the cat flap? Well, yes, maybe, but now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like. Oh, I think it's wonderful. You must make one for the door of our office upstairs, Iris. She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl. Oh, what was that? Wagahai? Jeez, what's going on? What was that? Oh no! Wagahai's tangled up in your violin! I think he thinks it's a toy. No! What's he doing to it? Oh dear, Mr. Shulm's precious violin. Why should I care? What? I shouldn't be surprised. If the cat is a more accomplished musician than I now. Get a hold of yourself, man. Mr. Shulms really is in poor spirits, isn't he? Well, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives. Shall I, Hurley? Out of the cat's reach, if possible. Maybe we should assess the damage. So this is the violin, is it? It's a Stradivarius, one of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier, Antonio Stradivari. Oh, I see. It doesn't look like anything special to me. I happened upon it covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings. How honorable of you. And until today, it has been my faithful companion in every great Paganini-inspired performance I have made. I ask you, is there a reason to live in a world devoid of music, to tolerate its blanched existence? No, there is none. Oh yeah, he was calling the world blanched before, too. Mr. Sholmes. What, dear madam, what? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of release from this dull routine. Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think? What do you mean, Miss Susato? Oh, Susie's right! yes! The tone of the wood is completely different. And that's not all. I'm sure there was no crack here before. Wait. It's not even the right size, is it? What's this? I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Shams, but that instrument isn't a violin at all. Then, what? I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola. Oh, Mr. Shams, are you alright? You're right. You're quite right. This isn't my faithful Stradivarius. So what, pray, is this piece of stringed flotsam? Not your faithful performing partner, then. I see what must have happened. You do, Iris? This is just a simple mix-up. Sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what's happened if we ask her. Oh. What do you mean by a mix-up, Iris? Well, you see, this violin... sorry, this viola, I mean. Was at the Windy Banks until last week. At the pawnbroker's? Not Mr. Shelm's beloved musical partner. There is a proverb from the East with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear friends. Always let a beloved child travel. Yes, indeed. So you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope that it would experience personal growth. Well, it certainly grew. Oh, what a wonderful idea! Last week I pawned my great analogoscope in order to release my precious instrument. But it would appear Mr. Windbank mistakenly furnished me with tawdry fiddle instead. But my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of the piece of timber. No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings. Pshaw. A fine state of affairs this is, and why I always say, Mr. Naruhodo, never trust a pawnbroker. They will try to fiddle you every time. But earlier you told us you could think of a pawnbroker as an extremely secure vault. Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Dilly-dallying will get you nowhere. Sorry? Crunching your toast with that vacant aspect. Pressing your coffee so obtusely. Are you not a little embarrassed in your own contact, considering the urgency with which we are faced? We must visit Mr. Windybank's brokery at once. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Shams? Precisely, Mr. Sultan. Without a moment's delay. But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs. My dear fellow, surely you still do not intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect, to press your eggs ever more obtusely? Alright, say no more. Let's go then. And don't worry, Runa, I'll be happy to heat it up for you again later. Oh, thank you, Iris. As it happens, I am rather curious to see what a British pawnbroker's looks like. Especially since it's like a bank. I mean, I don't see why we should go to Baker Street first. I mean, we'll automatically go out to Baker Street before the pawnbroker anyway, because we're right there. Let's go there later. I will say this much. This is the case that I thought it was when I was talking about it before, that has the coal thing and such. But again, I'm starting to like remember a little bit, but I don't quite remember most of it. So this is a British pawnbrokery. Oh my, there are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I've never laid eyes on before. Oh, Susato-san, and that spark of wonder in your eyes. You can't wait to scour the shelves, can you? I get the impression you enjoy places like this. Oh yes, I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me. My dear fellows, let us not forget why we are here. Oh, Mr. Sholmes. We are calling on matters of business, not pleasure. And clearly, Mr. Sholmes means business too, judging by the spark of the fury in his eyes. Ah, Mr. Sholmes, sir, welcome back. Did you hear that brazen welcome? Well, yes, we are potential customers after all. We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruto, and it is time to inform Mr. Windibank of our ire. Come, the fight is afoot. Hi. Naturally, you will recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago. Yes. This second-rate fiddle is not my faithful instrument, Mr. Windbank. The color of the wood is different. It has holes in it. It's not even the same size. A wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Sholmes. I'm so very sorry, sir. How utterly unforgivable of me, and an inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There's only one way to make amends. Oh gosh. I shall have to take my own life. I don't think that will be necessary, do you? If I may just say one thing before I pop off. Yes. It was you, sir, Mr. Sholmes, who took it upon himself to remove the item the other day, I believe. Sorry? As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch your violin when I heard, here it is. You did. And when I turned to controvert you, you had taken the viola and left, sir. However, there can be no doubt that the blame lies firmly at my own door for allowing you to leave, so I shall not grumble or rest any longer. May this guilt die with me. No, stop, my dear fellow, the fault is mine. Who? It would appear that the fight is over. I do humbly apologize, Mr. Windbank. Evidently, my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy. Well, you wouldn't be Mr. Herlock Sholmes without that questionable disposition, now would you? Haha, I do believe you may be right, sir. It's either laugh or cry, I suppose. At least his mood has gotten better. You are, it must be said, one of my more challenging customers. I needed to remind you of the peculiar collection of items you brought through my door in the past. Oh? Peculiar items? In the extreme manner. For example, the unpublished manuscript of an eponymous work. Eponymous work? The novels of Herlock Sholmes or some such. Oh my! A new full-fledged novel? An unpublished? A story I have yet to read, you mean? Ah, forgive me. Wait, before you die, you must tell me more. Wow. I must know more. Tell me everything. Wow, Susato-san is really fired up now. Is there really an unpublished story under this very roof? Well, one day the gentleman here brought me an old metal chest, you see. I should like to entrust this to your care for a while, Mr. Windbank. For a chest like that, 1 shilling, sir, not a farthing more. It houses something of great value indeed. The latest manuscript, recounting the adventure of one Mr. Herlock Sholmes. I beg your pardon, a manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript? Indeed I do, for I'm confident that it will be quite safe here. And that was that. As such, Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom. Mr. Sholmes, is that really true? Do I sense that someone doesn't want to talk about this? I continue to pay your fee, do I not? Then kindly continue to store my belongings securely. Of course, sir, of course. They're safe and sound with me, I assure you. On my life. This is all very strange. I wonder, could I ask you something? Ah, a gentleman from the east, I see. Yes, that sable suit. I suppose I could offer you 6 pence for it. Without wishing to offend, the tone is somewhat dull. Sorry? Aha! But for your splendid attire, ma'am, 5 guineas, no less. The colors are exquisite, the design exotic. Eastern artistry at its finest, I may say. Oh my, 5 guineas, you say? How interesting. Why do I feel as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here? Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. I've heard it said that pawnbrokers are used rather like banks here in London. Yes, indeed. Many of my customers utilize the establishment as you describe. I appraise their items and offer them a proportionate loan and 2 months of secure stowage. If in that time they repay the original sum to me plus the agreed interest, then their items are happily returned. But what happens if they don't pay you the money? Then the items are offered for sale in my shop. As you can see on the shelves behind me. I love his, dynamic movements. So you never sell items before the 2 months have passed, then? That's right, ma'am, that's right. Which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders. Should a customer's precious belongings be lost, the only recompense is for me to end it all. The very idea, Mr. Winterbank, is of absurdity. One should never talk of one's demise so casually. Says the man who was telling us all that it was a good day to die only this morning. And let us not forget that I have already helped you take measures to ensure such a tragedy never occurs. Oh, what sort of measures? I engineered a simple device which Mr. Winterbank has installed here in his shop. I call it the red-handed recorder. Is that not so, Mr. Winterbank? What was that deep sigh about? What on earth is the red-handed recorder? Use your eyes, my dear fellow. About 2 just below the ceiling. I can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device. Very astute. It is indeed a camera, furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film. And every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop. Here, I have an example I can show you. Oh, I see a dog in the picture. Ah, yes, a print from the camera set to record the activity of the shop counter. I developed a special type of film so sensitive it produces a crystal clear image even in darkness. Really? That's extraordinary. Yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it. Look. So you see, were someone to enter the premises with ill intent, his identity would be summarily exposed. But did you not say that the photographic prints were taken at 30-minute intervals? Indeed, as you say, my dear madam. Then what if the incident were to occur in between times? One could only say that would be a cruel twist of fate. I must confess your advices have been giving me some cause for distress of late. Beg your pardon, Mr. Winterbank. Surely they are anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word. It's the cost of the film, sir. You must graciously place not 1, but 2 cameras in my shop after all. Which means I must pay for nigh on 100 utterly useless prints every single day. I'm afraid the cost of the film will break me before I'm very much older. Nevertheless, small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbroker, you know. My dear fellows, we verge on an age where safety and security come at a price. Oh, heaven help us. And now then, Mr. Sholmes, allow me to return your precious violin. Ah, the very thing. Thank you, Mr. Windbank. Perhaps this might mark the end of the peculiar items you try to pop him. Because if anything were to happen to one of them, this would be the only answer. I really think you ought to stop waving that gun around. Someone could get hurt. Fear not! Sorry. I've only loaded a single bullet, so no one but myself could possibly be harmed. That's not really what I meant. Good day to you, then, Mr. Windbank. It's been a pleasure as always, Mr. Sholmes. Has it? So, Mr. Naruhodo, now we can explore at last. Shall we begin over here? Can you see the cameras? I can't see the cameras. This looks cool. I don't know what it is. Oh, it is what I thought it was. Or not what I thought it was, but what I was looking for. Look at this! Whatever could it be used for? I have no idea. Ah! There's a small catch just here, look. We're going to open it, aren't we? Oh, my, that's amazing! It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism. Is it? Which we'll never manage to put back the way it was before. What are you two doing? What, us? Nothing. No, nothing at all. Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through. It feels though I've seen something rather similar to this elsewhere. Oh, well this kind of has the same sort of look to it. Little windows. Now what do you suppose this rather enormous machine does? It seems to have two little windows for looking through. Allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellows. What you're looking for at is a stereoscope. A stereoscope? Fascinating. It's aptly named, I assure you. Look through the eyepieces and see for yourself. Oh, I should be delighted to. Excuse me a moment while I just have a look. Just before you do, there's something I should point out. My dear fellows, in order to see the image properly, stereoscopically, as it were, you would need to be cross-eyed. However, if that is beyond you, it is of little consequence today. Alright then, I'm going to try it. Ah! Mr. Naruhodo, you must see at once! Alright then. So I need to be cross-eyed, like I'm trying to look at my own nose. Alright, this is super fun, guys. I love this. Alright, so there are two images here, and you have to look at them cross-eyed. And then you'll see until, like, you'll have to line them up with each other when you cross your eyes like that. Until you see, it's kind of like you're seeing three images, but the one in the middle is like three-dimensional. It's really cool. So give it a try. I'll leave this up here while I talk too. What the? I don't believe it. Oh, sorry. I thought he was going to say more about it. It's just a photograph print, but it seems like you could reach out and touch it. Sometimes it takes, like, you have to kind of relax your eyes a little bit and figure it out, but it's really cool. Yes, the sense of depth is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads. They're often found in little stalls in the park. People queue for hours to see them. Why? Why are people meddling with such black magic? It's no magic, my dear madam. It's, well, science. Far too complicated way to explain it at present. We shall save this lesson for another day. Oh. I wonder if I can look at this again. Oh no, it's already checked off. Right, it's not gonna let me. Yeah, okay. Let's look around at everything else. What's on these shelves? What an assortment of things there are on these shelves here. Crockery, footwear, clocks, and watches. Almost anything you care to imagine. Those are forfeited items, offered for sale by the pawnbroker. What does that really mean, though? When you pawn, or colloquially, sorry, I was like, wait a second. Colloquially pop an item, the broker loans you the money against its worth. He stores an item in an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid. If not, he is free to display it in his shop for sale, at a price of his choosing. Oh, yes, now you've explained it, I'm noticing little price tags on everything. Whoops, sorry, I bumped my Joy-Con. Of course, simply by paying the agreed interest on the loan, one can extend the period of safekeeping. So, you may pawn the black garb of yours without fear, my dear fellow. My treasured university uniform? Never. It embodies my student spirit. Cameras? What is this? Look at this! What could this lovely, big, shiny box be? That, my dear madam, is a music box. Surely you have such things in your own country? Oh my, yes, but I've certainly never seen one so large before. Shall we listen a while? Oh, what a sublime sound. It's like the music of angels. I've never heard anything like it before in my life. This particular specimen is the larger variety commonly found in public houses and restaurants. There is a metal disc inside which the notes to be played are recorded. Simply by replacing the disc with another, any music you care to imagine can be played. My goodness, what a simply delightful machine! Indeed, though their popularity has waned recently with the development of the gramophone, of course. Ah, science and technology advance at such an overwhelming pace. Amen, sister. Look at that enormous ledger open on the counter there. Mr. Windbanky is, as nothing else, very particular about recording the items he accepts. He'd have to be, otherwise he'd get himself into all sorts of trouble. Which might explain the thing that catches my eye far more than the ledger. This revolver here. Do not entertain even a single thought of pilfering an article herein, my dear fellow. I assure you, Mr. Windbank would not hesitate to draw that weapon with speed of belaying his portly side. Oh, you don't mean he'd... blow his brains out, indeed, in recompense for his blood. Oh my. But in any case, of course we would never do such a thing. How could you even suggest it? There seems to be a little door hidden behind that curtain there. That leads to the storage room, where Mr. Windbank keeps the articles that are currently in pawn. Ah, I see. There's nothing of particular interest inside. I certainly wouldn't recommend any larcenous activity. Recommend it or not, it's not something I tend to do. There is but one key, and Mr. Windbank keeps it in his pocket at all times. Before he sleeps, he places it into a small pot, which he slides under his pillow. How on earth do you know about that, Mr. Sholmes? I am a detective, so it is my business to know what others do not. I frequently assailed with information that I neither care for nor wish to retain. Mr. Sholmes, you are a wonder, and the prime suspect of pawnbrokery as ever burgled. Wall of clocks. Percy Bat Bakery. I think we've seen everything. Shall we go out onto Baker Street? Oh, one more thing. That's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it? 15th April, today's date. Yes, that's not for sale, I must point out. It is an Eastern-style page-day calendar. Every night at midnight I tear off the front page to reveal the following day's date. The perfect calendar for a tearaway fellow such as yourself, Mr. Whitman. And you, as if I walked out of here with the wrong violin before? Well, when the accrued storage period has passed without repayment, articles are forfeited, you see. So I have to keep a close eye on the date. It's something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say. Oh, yes, I can see you're very dedicated to your job. What? Only tuppence for it? That ain't fair, and you know it. The article is barely worth a penny. Oh, the article is barely worth a penny, miss. I cannot offer more. Sounds like there's an argument brewing over by the counter. Even though I was just talking to the pawnbroker, they didn't know what order I would look at things in. Come on, that can't be right. Have you ever had a proper butcher's at it? I've seen all I need to see, young girl. Wait. Don't we know? I'm sure I recognize her. Oh, yes, it's the young lady from Mr. McGilded's trial 2 months ago. Gordon Bennett, you lot! Hello, Miss Lestrade. I hope you've been well. What? You remember me then, do you? Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure. So, what are you doing in here? Down and out like the rest of us? Nothing to eat? Going to pop that black weasel? Sorry, Coke, have you? Coat? Have you? What is it about this black uniform that makes everyone comment on it? Ah, good day. Unless I'm much mistaken. You would be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher. Mr. Sholmes! So, you have something of value to pawn, do you? Allow me to see the article, and I shall negotiate with Mr. Winbank on your behalf. Pull the other one. I don't need no help from some stuck-up D. Get out of my business. Go on, or I'll make trouble for you. As you wish, Mr. Lestrade. I'll happily remove myself from your presence. He's really done it. He's gone. I'm sorry, but as I said, there really is no room for negotiation yet. What's that thing he has in his hand? Some kind of metal disc? Hey you, go on, leave me alone. Oh, Miss Lestrade, just pretend we aren't here. We shan't be offended in the slightest. Sato's on really stand her ground when she wants to. Whatever. Somehow I didn't really think you were the sort of person who'd be able to use a pawnbroker, Miss Lestrade. Yeah, well, I am, alright? I'm a Londoner, just like everyone else. Is that a problem, is it? No, not at all. It's just that, well... Oh, I get it. I know what you're thinking. That thing probably don't even belong to her. Probably got it in the dive, didn't she? Yeah, I can see it written all over your Chevy Chevy, what? Well, I might have been thinking something along those lines. You're not going to deny it, Mr. Naruhodo? Alright then, I'm just going to come out and ask you straight. Do you pawn things that you steal from other people? Well, I don't know how best to answer that, really. Suppose, sometimes. You're not going to deny it either, Miss Lestrade? But not this time, alright? I swear, that thing belongs to me. The disc that Mr. Windbank is holding? Perhaps we should see what it has to say about all this. What he has to say about all this. Mr. Windbank? Mr. Windibank, what exactly is this metal disc that Mr. Lestrade has brought in? It seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface. Ah, this is a music disc, you see, and for use inside a music box. In a music box? What? You don't even know what a music box is? You Eastern lot aren't too savvy, eh? I know what a music box is, I've just never seen one of these discs before. And the small protrusions of the disc include doomed to be played by the music box. You simply insert the disc and set the machine going. Beautiful music plays. It's so incredible. Tell us, what tune is on this disc? Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you that. There are so many different types of music boxes, you see. British-made, German, Swiss. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for. I see. And that's it in a nutshell. I wouldn't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Really, I'm already offering more than I should have been a penny. That's a pack of lies. He told me he did. He said he was, well... He? Who? Never you mind. I just ain't right. That's all. The disc's gotta be worth good money. I know this. I know it is. Oh. I have to figure out her voice fast. Well then, you'll have to try your luck at another pawnbroker's, won't you? She's been in before, of course. Little tatterdemalion. I see. And brought some dubious article or other with her every single time, I might add. Dubious? What are you trying to say? I'm an honest customer, me. So, is there something dubious about this disc she brought in today? Well, if only it were that simple. Sorry, what do you mean? What she actually brought in was a storage ticket. Ah, a storage ticket. So, Miss Lestrade has actually come to redeem an article from you today, is that right? Yeah, that's right. A girl like me has a lot of stuff which she needs stored. Alright, yes, that's definitely dubious. The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight. But as she gave me the ticket for it and repaid both the loan and the interest, I was obliged to return the article to her. But what was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Woodbank. The little scamp that's wearing it, ma'am. It's the overcoat that she redeemed. Oh. What? What's wrong with that? It fits, don't it? I mean, it's mine, so of course it does. So what about the disc then? How does that come into all this? The disc is something else. A new article. If the girl and I can agree to a price. I'm confused. I thought you said that Miss Lestrade brought in a storage ticket today. It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket and the money owed to him, as you say. For this heavy black coat, which you returned to her care, as I understood it. That's right, yes. And rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin put the thing on, she went rifling through its pockets. Oh, you mean... What? Don't you know it's rude to stare at a lady? Ah, I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it? If you need this disc, then yes, exactly. And she immediately tried to pawn it. For quite a high price as well. It's all rather suspicious, I think. Give it up! I'm just trying to pawn something like anyone else would. Miss Lestrade, may I ask you who deposited the overcoat here in the first place? Well, me? It doesn't really appear to be your size. Me old man! It's me old man's, ain't it? Is it, Miss Lestrade? Yes, this is definitely all rather suspicious. Out of my way, please. I don't know who this is. I think I might, actually, yeah. Who is this picture postcard English gentleman? I remember the picture postcard English gentleman. He's super fancy. I need to give him a fancy voice. Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen. What's your problem, eh? There is no problem, as long as you remove yourself. I've a matter to discuss with the proprietor. And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside, little girl, for the hiding you deserve. Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet. If you think you're such a gent, you should know how to wait in line. Well, you are impudent, little brat, aren't you? As well as a pickpocket. Eh? Who are you? How do you know who I am? The question is, how do you not know who I am? You haven't the courtesy to even remember the faces of your victims, it seems. What? You mean from you? Broker. Yes, sir. I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you, no? Oh, yes, the article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once. Oh my. Now that's a lie! What are you trying to pull? Give me back my overcoat, Minstrel. And needless to say, any music box discs too. You can't have it. You just can't. It's me old man's, or it was. Now it's mine. Goodness, Mr. Naruhodo. This is a very awkward situation. Yes. I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail. Miss Lestrade, is what the gentleman is saying... What do you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear on my life. I ain't never laid eyes on that dandy before. It's yours now, you little ragamuffin. You stole it, didn't you? That ticket you brought in here just now. No, I swear it. I swear to God. It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street, minding my own business, when this little gutling ran into me. I knew at once what had happened. I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. Those wretched pickpockets. Yet again. Oh yes, as you can see, I am a man of impeccable style. This isn't the first time that I've been targeted by these black slum scoundrels. Now then, relinquish my overcoat. Come along now, Mr. Lestrade. Give the good gentleman his coat back. If you're going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police. Hold on, why does everybody think it's me? Just look at this dandy cove, and you think I'm the dodgy one? I'm sorry, but no one's going to believe you. Well, what about evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence that I've stolen something, huh? Come on, let's see it. Oh, I have evidence, naturally. What? Evidence that the article Miss Lestrade redeemed actually belongs to this gentleman? Of course, we need only consult Mr. Windibank's ledger to know the truth. We'll be able to look up the name of the person who deposited the article in the first place. Yes, brilliant! I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible. Oh? I never ask customers' names. That's a strict policy of mine. But why not? Well, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity. There we go. Anonymity. Yes, I see. But then how can you know if an article belongs to the person asking to redeem it? Oh, it's quite simple. Good sir. Might I trouble you for the watchword associated with the article in question? Of course. It's... Professor. Yes, that's right. And all the evidence we need. This gentleman is the rightful owner of the article, without doubt. A watchword, interesting. So about these watchwords, Mr. Windibank. As I just explained, I never ask customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why. Certain customers would like to keep their activities secret. Mr. Sholmes. That wasn't exactly as subtle glance at Mr. Sholmes now, was it? Great detectives have no dark secrets, not at all. Yes, well, anyway, that's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of numbers used to unlock a vault. A date of deposit, a description, and a watchword uniquely identify each item. And of course, then I give a storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword. And if that someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article? That's right, sir, yes. Just as soon as the requisite fee is paid. Which means that Lestrade would have given him the watchword, right? And I have supplied you with the information you require already. But for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat, deposited 2 months ago, 15th February. With a watchword of Professor. All perfectly correct information, sir. But how? Really, this is beyond a joke now. There's no further room for doubt. Yeah, I don't remember much about this gentleman guy. Should we hear from him now? Excuse me, but who are you? One would expect the inquirer to introduce himself first. Though clearly you're not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you. Oh, sorry, yes, we're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here. Oh, yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place. Its inhabitants live in some fiery brown-colored soup dressed up with exotic spices. Of on somewhere. You might be thinking of somewhere else. What was that theatrical gesticulation about? Perhaps. Anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you offer your own name first before inquiring after a name of another? Of course, yes. I'm Ryunosuke Naruto. I'm a lawyer. Well, a student of law. My name is Susato Mikotoba. I am Mr. Naruhodo's assistant. I see. My name is Benedict. Yes. Egert Benedict. Eggs Benedict? Enchanté. He's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks, but that name is suspicious. Now, to the matter at hand. My overcoat. Return it at once to someone with the style to carry it off. Every move he makes, every breath he takes, I can't stand watching him. Was that... Was that a reference? Somehow it doesn't quite match. So, let that be an end to the matter. And thank you for your custom, Mr. Egert Benedict, sir. with such reasonable rates of interest. I may even decide to come back. This is why I hate grown-ups. Just because I'm a diver, everyone thinks that makes me a liar. And the contents of the coat pockets, if you please, Broker. But of course, sir, here's the disc for you. Just this one. Pardon, sir. I was expecting another. That is, I deposited another. Another disc? Oh dear. I regret to inform you, sir, that what was deposited with me is merely an overcoat. The disc happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware until now. So, Gutterling, you're hiding more of what's rightfully mine, are you? Says you, eh? I don't know nothing about it. Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style. Wait a minute. That disc is mine. What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal. What did she do? Oh my, yes, there's blood on the disc. Oh. It's because of all those sharp little bumps. The man must have scratched his finger on them. I found it first, alright? I mean, it belonged to me, old man. You're not doing well here for yourself, Gina. So you're not having it. Boy, you take it. Me? If I ain't gonna do it, they'll have it off me again. So you keep hold of it. Miss Lestrade, why is this disc so important to her? Metal disc used to play music in a mechanical music box. The piece of music, which remains unidentified, is stored on the disc by means of small protrusions. You there, in the black livery. Hand that disc to me at once, please. No, don't! He's lying! Grown-ups are all liars. Ugh, what do I do now? How am I going to resolve this? Mr. Sholmes. Mr. Sholmes, what are you examining with such keen interest there? As you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see. Are you being depressed again? So, you found me at last, Mr. Naruhodo. Sorry. After that young pickpocket sent me on my way, I was forced to lurk in the shadows. Cruelly ostracized as the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I had nothing to occupy my mind, but was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me. So feigning mock interest, I pretended to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place. Whilst, as you shrewdly observed, gnawing on that only friend I have left, the 7% solution of caramel. Great, you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruhodo, but how could you? I was so lonely, so desperately lonely. Then why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? Things have gone from bad to worse here, you know. Yes, I've heard much of your conversation. Or rather, in my creative contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered. You really were sad, weren't you? Poor Mr. Sholmes, I feel simply awful for you. It would seem that my inferences are correct. Are we going to do another dance of deduction? Oh, surely you're not about to tell us that you've solved the entire case once again. My dear madam, sometimes I wonder, for my genius for deductions to become commoditized, how much could I pay a pond for? Seems Mr. Sholmes has had another of his flashes of inspiration. Who knows if it'll help resolve the situation between Miss Lestrade and the mysterious gentleman. What's the right thing to do here? Alright. What do you have to say, Mr. Sholmes? Well, Miss Lestrade, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament. Where in the blue blazes have you been, eh? Pardon? When a lady's in trouble, what you gents supposed to be there to help? Straight away. Not an hour later. Harsh. who, pray tell, are you? Mr. Avery Benedict, you have, in my eyes, a veritably encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I've drawn. There's always two. I beg your pardon. The first is this. The true reason for your visit to this pawnbrokery today is something you have not yet revealed. And the second is this. Considerable crimes in contemplation, when you will orchestrate with intent to steal a vast sum of money. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions? How? He's turned white as a hard-boiled egg. It would seem that once again Mr. Shones has made a flawless deduction. But who do you think you are, sir? Just who do you think you are, sir? Ah, yes, as I hoped. And that is precisely the pained expression I was looking for. So, shall we begin? The time has come for yet another Herlock Sholmes logic and reasoning spectacular. The game is afoot. First of all, we must ask ourselves of what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have followed this pickpocket here, having had the redemption ticket stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer. The piece of paper in your hand is the staff wanted advertisement from this very shop. Yet even the most unobservant would soon realize that a man of your appearance has no need of such employ. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane, which you unwittingly clutched to your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. But utter rot. I've had this cane for years. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, missing furrow. Missing furrow. Did you see it, initials? I saw initials. The end of any walking cane should have terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip. And yet, detained analysis shows the wooden tip of this stick to be utterly bare. Therefore, there's only one conclusion. The rod that you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane, is in fact no cane at all. You recoil, sir. Something wrong? And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer to the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. From the moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout handle? Mused I. But of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. No, that rod. Is the broken handle of a shovel. What? Are you insane? And now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here was to take employment as the establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premises. What a calculated crime you have conceived, sir. A wickedly calculated crime. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you've had in planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel? What on earth do you propose I could expect to find there? some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose. Save for a fanciful theory. What possible reason could I have to do as you say? Oh, but there is ample reason. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, and your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider what would motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this and covertly dig beneath its floor. The answer is revealed by the council notice on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. This letter gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. And according to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewage works, beneath the shop runs a sewer that adjoins another one that runs under the bank on the opposite side of the road. This madness has entered the sewers now, has it? Oh, this madness has entered the sewers now, has it? By excavating the ground beneath our feet, you would gain access to the waterway. That flows very close proximity to the Great Vault financial institution opposite. What are you? In summary, sir, you devised a master plan to pull off an elaborate bank robbery by the dint of the underground tunnels. Master plan? Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. With that plunder, did the thief hope to make off from the underground vault of the bank? With what plunder, sorry? Are you quite serious? Having consulted with Scotland Yard some days ago, I happen to know the answer. But naturally, the answer is no secret to you, is it, Mr. Benedict? I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, this picture postcard tells us we need to know what we need to know. A postcard of the Great Exhibition. I'm afraid you've quite lost me. Currently in the final stages of preparation, the Great Exhibition will soon be underway. And the government has provided extra funds to complete its centerpiece, the Crystal Tower. Funds that currently sit in the vault of the bank, on the other side of this road. Pardon? Yes, the considerable crime you have been contemplating is the theft of that which sits in the vault of the bank, the special reserve funds of the Great Exhibition. Of course, that is top secret police information, so keep it under your hat, please. It's top secret information. Sholmes, come on, man. Oh, he's such an idiot. This concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this pawnbroking puzzle. Mr. Sholmes. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, an impressively upbeat deduction for a detective racked with loneliness. Would you not agree? Was it true what you said about the bank over the road and being... Wow. About the bank over the road and what it has in its vault? Indeed, though few know of its existence, it's one of the government's most closely guarded secrets. Gregson told me, in the strictest confidence. But you just announced it to everyone here. Rather loudly, in fact. Ah. And if it's such a big secret, how would Mr. Benedict have come to find out about it? There could be but one explanation for that. Clearly, it is because the man is a criminal. But what if you didn't know anything about the money in the vault? If he is a criminal, as you said, then buying a brand new shovel is sure to be the first thing he does now that you've revealed the secret. Oh. Or if he doesn't, maybe Mr. Windbank will. He already has plenty of shovels here, after all. On my life, I assure you I'm not unscrupulous. Not so unscrupulous. Well, hopefully this has taught you a valuable lesson. Sensitive information must be handled with the utmost of care. One can never be sure that somebody privy to secrets won't disclose them, and once the word is out, it's out. Perhaps I'll think twice before confiding in you the next time, Mr. Sholmes. An excellent idea, Mr. Naruhodo, an excellent idea! Well then, Mr. Naruhodo, you know what to do, I'm sure. Yes, let's listen to that great deduction again. Let's see if we can massage it into shape. Very well, then. Let's start once more from the beginning. Of Herlock Sholmes' magnificent logic and reasoning spectacular. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. He's not looking at anything yet. So, by Mr. Sholmes' reasoning, Mr. Benedict came here in order to apply for a job so that he could dig down through the floor. Yes, in an attempt to tunnel into the sewers to gain access to the money in the vault of the bank across the road. But he wouldn't get very far with a broken shovel, would he? No, I think it's fair to say his motives lie elsewhere. The question is where? What did bring Mr. Benedict here at this particular point in time? Was it the jackets? Don't seem to be able to... Look, a stylish hat. Also got his cane. It's a proper English gentleman's cane, isn't it? With the beautifully polished brass on the handle. Yes, but Mr. Sholmes is right. It's not the sort of handle you usually see on a cane. Perhaps it's the latest London fashion. I mean, it's just guesswork, of course. Perhaps you could adopt a cane, Mr. Naruhodo. It might rather suit you. I have a feeling it might argue with a sword around my waist. It certainly is a flyer for Mr. Windibank's shop. Let's see. Windibank wants you. Pawnbroker assistant required. It's an eye-catching advertisement, that's for sure. I've seen the same flyer up here inside the shop, I think. Perhaps Mr. Windibank is always in need of more staff. So Mr. Benedict came here to apply for a job? That's just too hard to believe. Is there something on the other side, maybe? Like the, newspaper article from before? Oh! Look at all the scribbled notes on the back of the flyer here. I don't believe it. What is it? Listen to what it says. Name, Gina Lestrade. Height, 5'2". Green cap, scruffy waistcoat, grubby white shirt, blue satchel, ragged. It's a detailed description of Miss Lestrade. Goodness. There's even a sketch of her, hat and all. Although if he showed it to her, she'd fire that smoke grenade launcher at his face for sure. And look, the details of the shop have been written down here too. Windibank's Pawnbrokery, Baker Street, redemption deadline 15th April. Which is today's date. Why would Mr. Benedict have all that information scrawled on the back of this piece of paper? I don't know, but it's pretty suspicious.
Take that!
What brought you to this shop in the first place is info about Miss Lestrade. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the info about Miss Lestrade. Quite so, my dear fellow. It would appear that the writing and sketch on the reverse of the flyer pertain to the pickpocket Miss Lestrade and to Mr. Windibank's pawnbrokery here. Ah. You originally told us that you had merely given chase after Miss Lestrade stole the redemption ticket from you. But that, sir, is a thinly veiled lie. It is the information on the back of the flyer that led you here today, by which I mean here, to Windibank's pawnbrokery, and today, the redemption deadline of that overcoat. So, you waited outside for the young girl matching the description you've written down to arrive. But you've gone to some lengths to hide the reason for your pursuit of Miss Lestrade. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane, which you unwittingly clutch in your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. What utter rot! I've had this cane for years. Okay, we're doing this now. What's a furrow? It's the metal cap commonly found at the end of a cane, Mr. Naruto. Ah, the bit that makes the nice clacking sound on the pavement. Yes, exactly. And Mr. Sholmes is right. It appears to be missing from this cane. But it doesn't actually look broken, does it? No, it doesn't. Well, the gentleman certainly did recoil when Mr. Sholmes identified the cane as suspicious. In other words, there's some secret about the cane that Mr. Benedict would rather we don't know. And I think I saw it before. Initials. Look here, Miss Usato. There's some letters on the handle. Ah, yes, those must be initials, I think. In the West, it's customary for people to engrave their belongings with the first letter of their names. So Herlock Sholmes would be HS, you mean? That's right. And the initials on this cane, obviously... Oh. AG. Why does it feel as though that's not quite right?
Take that!
The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the initialing. A most astute observation, wouldn't you say, Mr. Egbert Benedict? We are led to believe, sir, that your initials are EB. Yet in a most possessive manner, you have in your grasp a cane bearing the initials AG. An incontrovertible contradiction, indeed, would you not agree? No, you're wrong. This cane isn't. You said before that you'd had that cane for years. Oh, that was rude to say that, sorry. You said before that you had that cane for years. So don't try to tell us that you just borrowed it from a friend or found it in the park. In short, though you hold yourself to be a gentleman, you have withheld your true name. What was that sound, though? I heard it again. I heard it the first time, too. You recoil, sir. Something wrong. And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer to the next conundrum to present itself. Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? It's not the handle. Let's consider the bare bones of what's happened here. Miss Lestrade redeemed that fine-looking overcoat, and now a mysterious man has appeared, introducing himself with a fake name, and claiming that the overcoat belongs to him. But we know that he actually identified Miss Lestrade from written description, which suggests that everything else he's told us is untrue. So what we need to do here is somehow prove that the overcoat cannot possibly belong to him. I'm starting to think I know what that sound was. Let me see if there's anything like a tear. Like it sounded like a tear, like something. Oh, yes, like this. Oh, the seam of the shoulder there is coming apart. Look. So it is. Do you know, a moment ago when Mr. Benedict was surprised by something that was said, I thought I heard him make a rather strange noise. It sounded a bit like a tiny growl. But now I think it was probably the sound of the seam ripping open. If you look closely, it does seem to be tight. It'd be a very tight fit. The sleeves are stretched to bursting, so he wouldn't have hope of fastening it at the front. Well, if he were to run around in it, I'm sure the whole thing would fall apart. That I'd like to see. Sorry. So how can we make Mr. Benedict run around? Just really giving this some thought. No need for that.
Take that!
The split seam, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle, you see. Yes, because the overcoat is rather obviously a poor fit. Having forced it over your broad shoulders, the seam is already breaking apart. My suspicions were aroused from the outset. When you so boldly lied about your name and so boldly waylaid this pickpocket. This catalog of untruths have all been for one very specific purpose. To steal the article the young girl redeemed from Mr. Windibank. Nice dance again, dude. But what really irks me is this. The considerable crime I initially imagined has been considerably curtailed. So what are you going to do about topic 2, then? Because it's definitely curtailed. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For I must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, designed a wheeze to filch some tawdry article of pawnage. Have you forgotten that I redeemed the article in the proper manner using the watchword? Had I not been the one to deposit it in the first place? How could I possibly have known the relevant details? N'est-ce pas? Oh, but the watchword can be discovered. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. Ah, your furtive glance is more telling than I can have hoped. Let's consider how one might learn the secret watchword relating to the pawn property of another. His eyes were not drawn there. The direction of the deduction must change rather dramatically now, I think. Yes, no more talk of tunneling into the sewers. Which is a pity, because it all sounded rather exciting. Anyway, you can't deny that this mysterious gentleman did know the watchword. Yes, Professor. If you don't know that word, Mr. Windbank would never allow you to redeem an article. Or, looking at it another way, if you did know that word, Mr. Windbank would allow you to redeem the article whether it was yours or not. So the question is, could this gentleman have found the watchword out somehow? I think he read it in the book. Where's the book? Oh, I thought the book was written. Oh, I thought for sure it was the book. Maybe there's some other note. What is this? Look at this, Mr. Sato. Oh, it appears to be a memo that Mr. Windbank had scribbled to himself. Let's see, what does it say? Oh, Professor. Thought it would be in the ledger. It's on a little notepad. Mr. Windbank must make a note of the watchwords his customers give him right before their eyes. In an alarmingly clear script as well. Oh dear, I don't know where to look. Who knows what other secrets I might see?
Take that!
The method is revealed by the notelet on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. Yes, the broker here follows the same procedure whenever a customer comes to redeem an article. He asks the customer for the watchword and notes down the response entered in the notelet he has to hand. Has on hand. Wait, what did he say? No, he did say has to hand. Then he consults his ledger and confirms whether or not the watchword matches that article in question. I would expect nothing less of a diligent pawnbroker. But his diligence clearly has its disadvantages. What are you talking about? It is increasingly apparent that you were present in this shop before your accusation against Mrs. Strahd. In all likelihood, you followed her inside and then observed her talking to Mr. Windibank. When that diligent broker made a note of the watchword, as is his common practice, you observed him writing the word Professor on the notelet beside the ledger. Oh, that was Rena's. They keep switching back and forth, and I have no idea when they're doing that. Oh, he just finished the sentence. Okay. You observed him writing the word Professor on the notelet beside the ledger. And that, sir, was the master plan you devised to steal the pawned article from the young Miss Lestrade. Master plan! Which brings us at last to the final chapter of this lurid scheme. Why would you go to such lengths to redeem that particular article from this pawnbroker? Are you quite serious? For an ill-fitting overcoat hardly seems to justify the effort, much less a worthless music box disc. But naturally, you had very good reason to make the deal, Mr. Benedict. I have no idea what you're talking about. Allow me to present a rather interesting piece of evidence. You see, the picture postcard tells us all we need to know. The articles we're talking about are the overcoat and the music box disc that was in one of the pockets, which according to Mr. Windibank isn't even worth a penny. And yet this man went to such lengths to steal them. Why? I wonder if perhaps we already have the evidence we need to explain it, Mr. Naruhodo. Could we, really? Better have a thorough look through the evidence we've collected so far. As in, only this?
Take that!
What? What spectacular contrived logic led you to that mindless conclusion? Kindly perform any peculiar experiments on your own stage. But that's literally the only thing we've gotten. Man used some fairly high-handed measures to try to get his hands on the overcoat and the disc. Certainly doesn't want either for the monetary value. Still, they must be of value somehow to someone. I need to look at it. Look at all the little bumps on the disc, they're so tiny. Yes, the protrusions are called pins, and they pluck the teeth of the comb to make notes. And just on the edge, there's a small amount of blood. Yes, the blood of mysterious Mr. Eggert Benedict. When Miss Lestrade tried to grab the disc from him, the pin scratched his fingers, it seemed. Like when you're grating some Daikon radish and accidentally catch your finger. Ouch, just thinking about that hurts, and puts me off eating radish. Maybe the other size is in there. Oh, that's interesting. There's a little scrap of paper stuck through the first side of the disc, look. And a scribbled word or two. It looks like somebody's name. For McGilded. McGilded? It couldn't be. But it is, Mr. Naruhodo. A name I shall never forget for as long as I live. Why? Why is his name on it? There. Information updated. That should do.
Take that!
At least now I know what it looks like when I have the wrong answer. You see, this music box disc tells us what we need to know. It's that on the back. It reads for McGilded. Ah, Mr. Magnus McGilded, the unfortunate philanthropist who perished in curious circumstances at the Old Bailey 2 months ago. A prominent man in London, though his loan-mongerings demonstrated a distinct lack of scruples. So, you're an associate of his, are you? Perhaps a subordinate? Mr. McGilded was a man of unusually small stature. In fact, he was precisely the right size for the overcoat that you've squeezed yourself into. Your true identity remains shrouded in mystery, Mr. Eggert Benedict. The final conclusion here is crystal clear. The reason you came to this pawnbrokery today was to retrieve an article left behind by the late Magnus McGilded. Elementary. Well, well, Mr. Magnus McGilded. Not a name I expected to hear in these circumstances. Mr. Sholmes, I'm afraid there's something very troubling on my mind. Pray tell, Miss Susato. Well, according to what Mr. Windibank told us earlier, today was the final day on which the coat could have been redeemed, was it not? Yes, ma'am. That is correct. Today would be precisely 2 months since it was first deposited. Well, today is 15th of April, so 2 months ago today would have been 15th of February, sir. That's right. It's all carefully recorded in my ledger. Deposited at 10:30 p.m., I see. But that suggests... Yes, 15th February. It's precisely the day on which the omnibus murder took place. At 10:30 in the evening is precisely the time at which the terrible events were unfolding. Suggestive is not the word. It would seem the matter is entirely beyond coincidence. You are, of course, at liberty to make whatever outlandish deductions you choose. However... Oh gosh. I must insist you hand over the music box disc now. Well then. That escalated quickly. It would be a terrible shame for you to return to your native land in a box. What do I do? There are so many people here. Somebody can stop him. Heck, the pawnbroker has a gun. There are some things a man must protect at all costs. This may well be one of those things. Then again, it may not.
Hold it!
Mr. Windibank! This is my shop. I can't allow any harm to come to my customers. If that would happen, I should have to take my own life. Aim the gun elsewhere. Mr. Windibank, no! Alright, that's enough. Who's that? Oh! Yay, Gregson! Inspector Gregson! Inspector. That's right, Sunshine. The alarm was raised in one of our dedicated emergency lines. So we got here as fast as we could. Now, what's all this about, eh? Oh, praise be! You're here at last. I was moments away from forfeiting my own life in my very own establishment. It would seem you have the upper hand. Right, you lot have got some explaining to do. I don't appreciate being bothered with some petty argy-bargy. Petty? Mr. Windibank very nearly met with his end. I very nearly met with my end. Yeah, by his own gun as far as I could tell. Oh dear. And the whole Britain can meet with his end if I don't get to the bottom of the case I'm supposed to be working on. What on earth is the case, Inspector? Spare no detail, Gregson. I might have said a little too much. No matter, it's nothing to do with you lot. Anyway, sir, you're gonna have to come with me down to the station. But of course, Inspector. Ah! He's getting away! Get after him, lads! Whistle the beat officer, too. Sir! There's been a spate of thefts at pawn shops around here recently. So we fitted emergency buttons underneath the counters for brokers to let us know when there's trouble. Oh, Inspector, I was very worried there for a while. Very worried indeed. Now then, Mr. Permanently in Mourning. Yes? Oh, because of the black, right. Because they always have to comment on that. I'll be taking that whatever it is, Mr. McGilded's down to the yard, thank you very much. Just hand it over. Oh, yes, of course. No, don't! Don't give it to him! It's mine, that is! Mine! I'm sorry, miss. Anything belonging to McGilded has to be taken as evidence now. As evidence? If the police demand something as evidence, my dear fellow, we have no choice but to capitulate. It's all yours, Inspector. And so we handed Mr. McGilded's disc over to Inspector Gregson, and were summarily turfed out of the shop and onto the street. I guess we'll see the street soon enough, then. Next time, probably, because he just described being on the street. Yeah. So that was a lot that just happened there. Love a good dance of deduction. Love that we only have one piece of evidence. That's interesting. And that 3D picture thing is really cool, though. We'll do some more examples further along in the story, so it's fun. But yeah, lots of weird stuff happening. The music box disc, like why is that a big deal? Also, apparently it's worth a lot, but then the pawnbroker's like, no, it's not worth anything. Anyway, we have a case to continue. I believe that this is going to be a long one, lots of parts. I don't know how long each part is going to be. Hopefully not 2 hours each, because that would be a crazy long case, but you never know. This is the last case of the game, which tends to be more intricate. So I guess we'll just see what's going to happen and find out next time. So until next time, everybody. Subscribe. I guess I always forget to say stuff like that. And I'll catch you guys next time. Talk to you guys later.